Hello, I'm Mark Hall. We interrupt your scheduled programming with breaking news of an officer-involved shooting in the district. It happened in the 1300 block of Good Hope Road Southeast. The Metropolitan Police Department is currently on scene, and we're taking you now to the news conference that's currently underway. Let's listen in.
What we know so far is that around just before 10 a.m., we received a call for a woman who had been struck with a pipe in the 1300 block of Good Hope Road. Our officers responded to this location. Once they arrived on the scene, they began to canvass for the person involved. A lookout was provided. As the officer was coming up Good Hope Road, walking towards 14th Street, he encountered a person who got inside. As the officer was approaching him, he kind of abruptly got inside into the passenger side of a burgundy vehicle that was parked on the sidewalk, or parked on the street, but on this side of the street. As that person got inside of the vehicle, the officer attempts to make a stop of that person, asks the person to step out of the vehicle, and the person, the subject of the force, that person, he did not get out of the car when at the officer's direction. As they continue to go back and forth, the person is told to stop reaching. The officer's asking the person to get out of the car. He's saying this is just a stop. At some point during the course of this interaction, when the officer is saying stop reaching, a shot is fired and the person is struck. That person has been taken to an area hospital where he is currently receiving treatment for his injuries. As the officers were taking the person out of the car, they handcuffed him, removed him out of the car. The person who was operating that vehicle, we know it was a woman. She drove off. She said, just get out of the car. And then she drove off after the shooting occurred. So I'm appealing to her, please, we really need to talk to you to really kind of understand everything that happened, because we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know if there was a weapon in the car. We don't know that. So far, the only thing that has been recovered, there was a large quantity of drugs that was recovered from the persons of the subject that was involved in the force, but we don't know what else was inside of the car, if it was anything inside of the car. So I really need to have that woman to reach out to us at 202-727-9099. I'm pleading. We really need to talk to you to really put the rest of the pieces together as to what happened here. There were a number of people that were out here as this incident was unfolding with cell phone cameras who were video recording parts of the interaction. So those individuals as well as are witnesses, and we're asking that they come forward. Again, this is all preliminary information just based upon what we've been able to gather so far. I can take any questions, any brief questions if you have, but that's pretty much all we know at this point.
The woman who was the subject in the initial assault, who said was assaulted with a pipe, what's her condition?
So she was treated by paramedics, and she is now being interviewed by police.
Was there some relation?
We don't know any of that yet. Any other questions?
What is the condition of the individual who
He's at the hospital right now being treated for his injuries. He's conscious and breathing right now, so we obviously will be working to interview him as well.
Chief, right now, do you have any concerns with the way that the person shot pulled out of the vehicle? Can you talk about it?
Well, it's too early to say that. I mean, it was a stop. The person was non-compliant, and what I saw from the video, as the officer was asking the person to step out of the vehicle, he kept turning like this way. He's seated in the passenger seat. His hands go up. But it's a lot that's going on. What's not happening is he's not getting out of the vehicle. So we'll obviously have to investigate all of that to make a determination whether or not all policies and procedures were followed. But right now, we just want to talk to that person who was operating that vehicle. Next question.
Where was he shot?
Where was the person shot? I don't know where he was shot in the body, sir. Next question. It was a large quantity of drugs. I don't know exactly what it was. It has not been tested yet. It was actually taken off of him by medical professionals as he was being transported to the hospital. Oh, actually, when he got to the hospital, I'm sorry. Yeah.
And those are the words of D.C. Police Chief Contee. Police responded around 10 o'clock to a call of a woman being struck by a pipe. When police arrived, one officer actually came in contact with a man on Good Hope Road. Police say that the man got into a car. Police asked that man to get out of the car. He refused to comply initially, and they were concerned about the movements that he was making, and they told him to stop moving. And we were also told, according to Chief Contee, that a police officer did fire one shot. That man was then eventually taken out of the car, and sent to the hospital. We're going to have much more coverage coming up on DC News Now at noon. For now, we're going to send you right back to your regularly scheduled programming.